Whether you're a first-time buyer or a seasoned real estate investor, familiarizing with a real estate transaction process can be extremely valuable. Hi, my name is Nan Nan. I'm a real estate agent right here in Bothell, Washington. In today's video, you're going to gain the following knowledge: the step-by-step process of a real estate transaction from a buyer's perspective. We're also going to discuss why each step is important, what are the forms and documentations that are used, and how much it costs the buyer. Let's get started. Step 1 is to align yourself with a real estate professional. Reasons being, number 1, an agent has tools that access the details of each listing, knowledge of the current overall market, as well as the local market. Your agent can also be a local guide with in-depth neighborhood analysis. House hunting often gets strenuous and emotionally tasking. Your agent can alleviate stress, save you time, and be your emotional support. During negotiation or in a multiple offer situation, your agent can advocate for you and strategize with you to get what you want and what you deserve. If you're looking for an agent in and around the Seattle area, feel free to reach out to me. My contact information is also in the description of this video as well as in my bio. The forms used when hiring an agent will most likely be the exclusive 41, which is the buyer agency agreement, and it states that you will work exclusively with an agency and its appointed agent for a transaction over a certain period of time. In rare cases, if the agent is open to it, you might be able to sign a non-exclusive 41A, and this form allows you to work with multiple agents at the same time. That's definitely something that you'll have to discuss with an agent. At this point, the cost to buyer is 0. And by the way, buyers do not, and I repeat, do not pay for the commission of the transaction. Step 2, you want to talk to a lender and get yourself pre-approved. This step is important because prior to spending a lot of time house hunting, you want to know how much you can spend. Doing so will save a lot of time. Most lenders will also help you devise a plan if you cannot get pre-qualified for the house that you want. With the real estate agent, there are no form being used, but by the end of the pre-approval process, you're going to get a pre-approval letter stating how much you're qualified for. You would present this to your agent so that they can start your home search according to budget. At this point, it is ideal to sit down with your agent for a needs analysis. It's a 15 to 30 minutes of meeting of the minds with the agent and the buyers so that everyone understands what exactly they're looking for, including the property's location, style of architecture, numbers of bedrooms and bathrooms, desired square footage and lot size, and other essential information that will enable a smooth and successful home search process. Without this analysis, agents don't know what the buyers want, and this causes unnecessary frustration. Next, the agent will set up a communication method with you and the cadence of communication. If your lease is up in 3 months and you're in a rush, your agent will communicate with you a lot more frequently. My opinion is every 1 to 2 days, especially in this volatile market. You're going to be setting up appointments for showings and open houses, so be prepared to get busy. But don't worry, it won't get overwhelming, especially if you already done the needs analysis and the agent has already zoned in on exactly what you're looking for. No paperwork at this point and 0 cost to the buyers still. So you found a house! Yay! Now you and your agent need to make an offer. In a seller's market like Bothell, multiple offers are common. Properties with good prices are off the market super fast. The form that you need is 21, the purchase and sales agreement. Within it, the most important fields are your offer price, offer expiration date. If there are multiple offers, don't worry about it. And of course, your signature. There are also some addendums attached to this offer, commonly financing and inspection. Also, in a multiple offer situation, it helps to have an escalation clause that states how much over your competition's offer price that you're willing to afford. I also forgot to mention one thing. Your earnest money amount is also important. If you want to, you can also send a letter to the seller that explains who you are and why you fell in love with their listing. It's a great way to build rapport, and in a multiple offer situation, it helps. Cost to buyer at this point, still 0. Sometimes you'll get a counter offer, and that is perfectly normal. The formal way of executing a counter is by Form 36, which is the counter offer addendum. By countering, the sellers are actually drawing up a brand new offer. You can either counter again and negotiate through your agent, or accept the offer. Still, you're paying $0 at this point. Now the offer has been accepted. Yay again, congratulations. At this point, you are under contract and the status is mutual. However, you're probably still pending on one of the addendums, most likely financing or inspection. In the MLS, the listing status should say pending. Make sure that your agent has checked it. At this point, the only paperwork that you need to focus on is still the purchase and sales agreement that you just signed and its attached addendums. Still, you don't have to pay any money at this point, but that is about to change. Now we are in closing period. You're one step closer to home ownership. The closing period takes about 30 to 45 days. It's a sensitive time because a lot could go wrong. But don't worry, your agent is there to help you through. We work with what we call a closing team that includes title and escrow, the lender, appraiser, inspector, and the listing agent. This is certainly a project that has a beginning and an end, and all the stakeholders are going to work cohesively together so that we can smoothly execute to the finish line. So don't worry, you're in good hands. Unfortunately, during closing, you're going to have to start covering some of the costs. As soon as the title company opens escrow, you're going to have to deposit the earnest money. At this point, I'd like to caution you about the wire fraud out there, so work closely with your agent to make sure that we protect your assets. The earnest money is not the seller's to keep, it is yours, but you do need it to show good faith. While escrow is conducting title search, we can start working on inspection. Unless you decided to waive it, it is highly recommended that we hire a good inspector to make sure that the house or the property is in good condition. We also want to use this time to shop for home insurance. It's important to protect your asset. We're also going to have to work with your lender to ensure that you have the money to pay for the house. Most likely, the lender will require an appraisal done to ensure that the property is lendable. Again, don't worry, all these steps are expected in a transaction. If there are any issues that rise in the process, there are ways to remedy them. For example, if inspection finds items that need to be fixed, we can always go back to the seller and negotiate. Here are the documents that you will expect after each of these steps and how much you're expected to pay. Within about 2 days after mutual, you're going to have to transfer the earnest money. The amount is whatever you agree to. Usually a strong offer is 3 to 5% of the sale price. Sometimes 1% is perfectly fine. In rare cases, it doesn't even have to be money. But just in case, you should have the cash on hand. In this area, inspection is usually $300 to $500 depending on the size of the home. For insurance, it's usually about $1,000 per year, and an appraisal is usually $800 to $1,200. After receiving the earnest money, you should receive some type of receipt of earnest money from escrow and various parties. After inspection, an inspection condition removal should be issued. And after appraisal, an appraisal report. And finally, when your loan has been approved, you're going to receive a loan approval. And that is a huge step forward. Escrow is now going to verify that everything is compliant. Finally, right before closing, escrow is going to issue a settlement statement that clearly defines line items of the debits and credits for the seller and the buyer. Debits to the buyer include loan origination fee, recording fees, underwriting fees, and other necessary charges. Usually, the buyers are debited back the earnest money, the loan amount, and other miscellaneous credits. Finally, the title is recorded. Usually, this is at your county and your name is on the title. Congratulations, you officially own your house now. Your agent will usually work with the listing agent to exchange keys and give them to you. Now that all that's over, you can focus on the more fun stuff, like purchasing furniture and decorating your home. Of course, the process in today's video is the best case scenario. As with every property, every real estate transaction is different. However, it does help to know and understand the process prior to your home search. Again, my name is Nan Nan and I'm a local real estate agent right here in Bothell, Washington. For real estate needs, feel free to contact me. See you next time.